What's going on, y'all? I'm back with another banger. And so I've been hearing a lot of trash on the internet, a lot of lunacy, if you will, about how Spider-Man 2 didn't win any awards. So at the Game Awards, they were nominated for a bunch of shit, didn't go out with a single award, and they're like, "Oh my god, like how Spider-Man 2 is a masterpiece." I'm here to tell you it's not. Okay, it's a masterpiece of ass. All right, it's two pack of ass. Okay, it stinks. And we're gonna break down all my issues with this fucking game, okay? Because I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. My first, I kid y'all not, the first movie I ever seen in my life was the original Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, okay? My mom had this shit on DVD, and I can remember the score, the final swing playing on the menu, when he's swinging through New York, he's diving down in between the fucking taxis and shit. I remember, I'm a Spider-Man fan, okay? Okay, I've been through the pain. The modern Spider-Man run is dog shit. Okay, with him being cucked by MJ and some other dude. I forgot his name. But yeah, I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. I got the PS5 edition of the Spider-Man edition with like the black and red. Okay, I got skin in the game. All right, I'm not doing this. I wanted to like it. I wanted to love it. Okay, and I did it. So I'm gonna sit here and rant. I'm gonna sit here and confess my issues and the plot holes and the dumb shit that is in this game that shouldn't be in this game. So let's start off with this.
You stink! Let me just get that out the way. You stink!
Alright, so in this part, I'm going to try my best to explain these points here without yelling. Or, because if I get very passionate, I'm going to lose my train of thought. So let me just try. I have my bullet points written down, okay? So, when it first opens up the game, it opens up with Sandman taking over the city and stuff like that. That part was cool. Everything was cool. It's revealed through the side mission that Kraven's army hunted him down and, like, made him become this giant sand monster, like, become the most powerful version so they got him down. Which doesn't make any sense because Kraven doesn't do anything after Sandman gets set free, but whatever. My main issue in the beginning of this whole thing is, so with the introduction to Kraven's like hunting his, I guess, comrades or whatever, and found out they're too weak for him, and he's like, I need another challenge. And one of his lackeys come up to him like, hey, I got a place that's full of them. And he shows him this tablet, there's a bunch of people in New York. Okay, at this point, Spider-Man has been doing this for 8+ years. How is it only now that Kraven just find out about him? Like, he should have been known about this shit. If his search is for finding the best, creature to hunt down, quote unquote, finding a dude that can swing on webs is a very important thing that I feel like he should have noticed by now. Like, why did it take him this long to figure out that, okay, let me hunt down some superheroes and supervillains? Like, you're hunting animals and bison, my nigga? Like, what the fuck? Like, bravo, you're a big hunter. What the fuck? Also, Kraven doesn't even hunt anyone. His army does most of the work. Majority of the people that he faces are already captured or beaten at that point. It's like they're not really doing shit. Like when he killed what's his name? Scorpion. Scorpion was already chained up. He was already in a cage. It already beat up. I'm sorry if it takes you sending an army after someone to beat them down, then showing up to kill them and saying, "Oh my god, you're not strong enough for me." Fuck out of here. That's not even a fair fight. Like, isn't that your whole purpose? You're not really a hunter at this point. You don't really do shit. I'll be honest with you. Another thing that really, the one thing that had me tight at the end was like, I'm jumping all over the place because there's so many things I have to bring up. Norman, when Harry gets the symbiote back and he becomes Venom, and he goes on a rampage and he escapes, and Peter finally wakes back up, Norman tells him like, hey, help my son, free him from this monster, please. I'm begging for his help. And at the end of the game, with Spider-Man with his new powers, the Agent Venom powers, he basically kills Venom, and like Harry goes back, like he loses the symbiote, and Harry is getting like sick or whatever, and they put him in the hospital. Norman in the hospital, like the ambulance comes and Norman finds Harry and them, and Spider-Man's like carrying Harry out or whatever, and Norman gets pissed at him like, what did you do to my son? Bitch, you asked me to help. This is literally you. Do you want Venom to take over the world? I don't think so. What did you want him to do? He removed the thing that was causing the whole problem in the beginning with. Like, I don't understand what he was coming from.
Please. Save my boy.
What have you done? What have you done to him?
And also another thing, they say this in the game. I'm not taking anything out of context. He said himself, the anti-venom suit is literally the exact same thing as Venom, but without the hive mind trying to take over my brain and making me do things out of character.
Any sign of Harry?
Not yet. Ran into a speed bump. I think Miles just saved my life.
What? What happened?
There was symbiote left inside of me. It started taking over, but Martin Lee gave me his power. It feels different. Like the voices are gone, but the power is still there.
That's incredible.
If that's the case, why not give Harry the anti-venom symbiote? I feel like that would be an easy solution. Like, okay, and then at the, let me slow my roll. What is the whole point of Harry having an Agent Venom outfit if he does fuck all with it? Like, the last half of this entire game is so entirely rushed, where it's like, Harry finds out, you find out that Harry has a symbiote, he becomes Agent Venom for like 2 missions, shows up if you do like, crimes during that time, and then next you know, he loses the suit to Peter. It's like, bro, you don't even get a chance to... It feels like this game should have been a third game where it's like you build up the character of Harry where like, okay, y'all best bros, this is my homie, my ride or die. Then Venom starts taking over. It's like, okay, we gotta stop him. Now it gets all emotion at the end. This dude just showed up. It's like me showing up to my girlfriend's family reunion, and like I get introduced to a cousin, and then the cousin dies the next day, and it's like, I'm sad, but like I don't know homeboy like that, so I'm not really gonna be crying. I'm not gonna be crying and throwing up. I'm gonna just be like, oh man, that sucks. Like what? They expecting this big emotional moment where it's like, oh my god, we're losing Harry, and they all sit around Harry crying and shit. Like, I don't know this nigga. I don't know him. I'm sorry. I don't know, brother. I don't know, bro, over there. Whose man's is this? I don't know. I'm sad for Peter. I'm not sad for you, little bro. I'm sorry. I can't. Hey. And I know, because Agent Venom is cool. Like, I'm not a fan. I'm not like the biggest fan of Agent Venom. Like, I like what they did. It was like a cool like a version of the story. But I know people who are fans of Agent Venom from the comic books are pissed right now, because you literally could have had a cool ass dynamic where it's like you get to play as Agent Venom, or you could have had it. I will always say this to the day I die: the sequel to a first game or like a first movie should mimic the message of the first one, but flip on its head. Like what Aliens did to Alien. You could have easily had it where, let's say you want to keep this whole thing the exact same, but Peter gives the anti-venom suit to Harry. Harry becomes anti-Agent Venom, and he gets to be trained under Miles. And then Miles and Harry protect the city while Peter retires. You literally can have all your cake and eat it too. You have Miles being the main Spider-Man. You have anti-Agent Venom doing his own thing if you want to do like a spin-off or whatever. Then you can have the whole Carnage thing with the end of that side mission that still happens. You still have the OG Spider-Man that's retired and only has to come out when it's really bad and they can't defeat him. You have all the things they want. And then you had Venom, like, and then you could have easily had it where, the whole thing with Carnage where he bursts another symbiote and that becomes like the Eddie Brock Venom, you know what I mean? Where he's like a different type of Venom, you know what I mean? Because they took, it's weird because they took so many designs from different characters and like mushed them together, because Insomniac does this thing where they take already pre-existing ideas, they do a little spin and pretend like it's an original idea. Like, we're doing something completely different with Venom. You took the Matt Gargan version of the Venom design. You gave him, was it Don Cates dragon with the the wings, right? You stole that. You have the whole thing where Peter is fighting Harry on the football field, like he fought Eddie Brock in Spectacular Spider-Man. You have the symbiotes taking over New York City, like they did in Spider-Man Web of Shadows. The only thing was missing was a Wolverine cameo, and they already teased that they're making a Wolverine game. So it's like, what are we doing here? You're not doing anything original, and the shit that you are doing original is dog shit. So it's like, what are we really doing here? And the nerve, the director of Spider-Man 2 coming out saying the characters are our interpretation, but at the core value is still comic accurate. No, the fuck it isn't, because Venom is not himself. He's just a plot device. He's not a character. He is just a plot device to push the story forward. Because the last segment of the game is literally he becomes this big bad it's like, it would have been better if like the meteorite was like manipulating Venom to make him something he wasn't, and then you could get like this anti-hero Venom that was like, okay, I'm not doing this, it's the meteorite, because they kept trying to get the meteorite. No, he was just a big bad villain. It's like, that's not the character at all of Venom. And I'm not trying to be like those comic book nerds. It's like you have to have it comic book accurate, but like when you do interpretation of these characters, the sole identity of the character has to stay the same. It's kind of like what the MCU did. Like Iron Man is not a violent alcoholic. Hank Pym doesn't beat his wife, but you you still have the character there where you can see the shades of a comic book in the character in the movies. That's why we enjoy these movies so much. This game fails that at every point, and it doesn't make any sense. It's like, why? And another thing with the story, Miles Morales has the worst story arc in this fucking game. He doesn't do anything. He shows up at the end of everything, and like, I remember I was telling my friend, my homie, after it was like the Ferris wheel scene when they're at the carnival, Miles, he discovers the side mission with Mysterio, and he gets like, it's all trippy and loopy and stuff like that. He's like, oh, I gotta take a break, my head hurts or something like that, my head's spinning or whatever. He leaves, and I kid you not, 10 minutes later, a whole Kraven army shows up and attacks Peter, MJ, and Harry. Where the fuck is Miles? Because shit is blowing up. No way he's halfway across the country by now. It was literally 10 minutes ago. You didn't see nothing, no explosions, no news broadcast, no nothing. Where is he at? He shows up at the end like, oh man, I have to call Pete to see if everything's okay. Nigga, show up and help me. Help me. If I'm Peter, I'm pissed. It doesn't make any sense. Another thing is Peter was acting like a dickhead before he even got the Venom symbiote. Like when he talks to Genki, and Genki's like a big Spider-Man nerd, he literally talks to him like he's a dick. Like when you're clearing out the Kraven headquarters, like the bases, and he's talking to Genki. Genki tries to like crack jokes and be lighthearted, and Peter's like, "It's not a time for that right now." Like, what the fuck is your problem? Like, what? You're out of all superheroes, you're the one to crack jokes. You're not fucking Batman. You're Spider-Man. That's like your MO. Like, what? He's literally helping you. Like, I don't understand why you're being a dickhead. Like, it doesn't make sense. Just the more I think, and I'm probably missing like a shit ton of other inconsistencies and stuff like that, but it's a problem. It's a big problem when you're playing through the story and you see all these things. You're like, this doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense. It's like they had a plan where it's like, okay, at the end of this game, we want a few things to happen. We need Harry to still be sick. We need Peter to still be alive, I guess. And we need Norman Osborn to be pissed at Peter. Or be pissed at Spider-Man, so he could inevitably become the Green Goblin. Because that's exactly what they're building up to. They've been hinting it for the past 2 fucking games, with him wearing different shades of green every cutscene for no reason. Like, he'd be at work wearing a goddamn tracksuit with green on it. Like, bro, what are you doing? Where's your suit at? He go into a business meeting in some slacks with a hoodie on. It's like, bro, what are we doing here? What's really going on? And at the end, he's just like, give me the G serum. Like, oh my god, everybody's so creative and Insomniac. Oh my god, like, get the fuck out of here. And then there's another big issue that we need to talk about. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. It's gonna be okay, and it involves Miles. And let's just get to it.
That suit's not an alien, is it?
It's time for a Miles Morales original, you know?
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy.
Yes, let's get to the elephant in the room. So, Miles Morales' new suit in the end of the game is hot dog shit. It's garbage, right? And one of the issues with the game is you cannot change the suits in the cutscene. You can't. They have to be like, no matter what you do in certain cutscenes, it sticks to whatever suit they want you to play as in that moment. And it's a big issue, especially in the final act, because in the final last 30 minutes of the game, you cannot change from these suits. You're stuck in every cutscene with them. They're dog shit no matter what you do. You change them, you play for it for a second, and it reverts it right back in the next section. It's like, it's pointless. And this wouldn't be an issue if the suits were good, was designed, but Miles' suit, and the anti-venom suit is also garbage. It's like, looks like come in, like I said, but Miles' suit is not even designed by Insomniac. It is a Adidas sponsorship outfit. if you go to the Adidas website, you type in Spider-Man, it's gonna bring up the entire suit, and it's like, oh, Marvel Spider-Man Miles suit, because they're trying to, it's an advertisement, and it's ass. And the one thing that blew me was like, he's like, it's time for a Miles Morales original. What the fuck was the point of the whole DLC of us playing as Miles Morales, making his own suit? If he's gonna come in the next game to about, I need to make my own thing. What did you do in the previous game then? Is this like, was that just a waste of time? Like, what are you talking about? You literally made a suit already. You saying it doesn't make any sense. It's like, am I tripping? Like, you go through the whole point of the DLC game was like, yo, you're not just Spider-Man. You have to be yourself, okay? Don't talk about the other guy. Be you. And then he creates this iconic suit. And if you wanted a better suit, just make the one of the options suit is called the I think it's called the Strike suit, where it's basically all white or all black with like hints of red in it. I'm gonna find a picture and post it, but that's the suit that should have been the new suit then, if you want to give Miles a new suit, because that one's fire. Like, it doesn't, the white version, the black version is fire. This one where his fucking hair is out, and also I know people are like, oh my god, y'all, people were whining on Twitter about Miles Morales' hairstyle. No black person is in that room designing black people. That's my issue, because no one's wearing that. And I give $10 to the first person that say, hey, I have a friend that has has that hairstyle. No fucking way. No one's wearing that. No one. That's not a fit. That's not a hairstyle, people. That is every black person in a video game that don't want to give a bald fade to, they give them that hairstyle, and you could tell that it's made by white people. It's like, what the fuck? We don't look like that. You know how many hairstyles you could throw in the game for Miles that'll work? I'm not saying give him cornrows. I'm not saying have him look like, you know what I mean, with the afro like it's the fucking 90s. He don't have to look like Dr. J, but goddamn, give him something. Have black hairstylists in there. Okay, you going for this? Let's do this hairstyle. You have his fucking hair shooting out like he's Wally West. Doesn't make any fucking sense. It's stupid. And another thing is, so many things that are pinging back onto the Peter Cumman thing is, let's say you want to play with the black suit, right? Because there's so many black suits in the game, because the whole premise of the game is the Venom symbiote. If you put on the black suit and you still activate the powers, it automatically turns you back into the white suit. So it's like, bro, what the fuck is the point then? What's the point of me changing suits if I gotta stick with this shitty ass suit anyway? This is clear stuff that I feel like they should have seen this coming already. They should have known, oh, okay, we do this. I feel like, in case people don't like this suit, we should have it be able to turn into the other suit. You put on the black suit that they give you, it still goes into the white suit. It's like, bro, did no one think about this? You can't change the weather. You can't change the time of day. You can't repay missions. Once again, no new game plus. After you complete the story and the side missions, which, if we're being honest, was not that difficult to begin with, you can get this is the easiest platinum trophy you can get, because after you complete everything on the map, that's all you got. That's it. They show you where everything is. Only that you might have trouble collecting is the spider bots, but there's literally an upgrade that shows you where it is on the map. So it's like, oh, at this point, it might as well just hand me the goddamn platinum. Like, unless the DLC is fire. If the DLC is like some City That Never Sleeps type shit, where it's like a boring ass story, then that doesn't make any sense. Like, oh, speaking of, I forgot to mention this in the plot holes and inconsistency story. When you play with the Wraith side mission, once again, they don't explain it ever since. You have to play the DLC, and if you haven't played the DLC, you're gonna be shit out of luck because you don't know what the fuck is going on. So Yuri becomes Wraith, and she is now killing criminals, which, once again, it will make more sense if the person who was killing criminals was the Punisher, because then you could have it where he's actually a anti-hero that can do these things, and it makes sense why, you know what I mean, he's in New York, blah 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 blah. Yuri is just a fucking cop. I know she's Wraith in the comics, but who gives a fuck? Yuri is just a regular schmegler ass cop. All of a sudden, she's jumping off of buildings, grappling into shit, doing these special flips, and taking on Spider-Man with the Venom outfit toe to toe. And matter of fact, when you do these side missions with the black suit, no one mentions it. You don't see this. This man has tentacles coming out of his arms, and no one can bring that up. It's like, oh, no one's like, you look different. I like the side of you. None like that. So what the fuck? Yuri is going toe to toe with black suit Spider-Man. And there's certain points where she can win. Like, the fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck who you are. Even Spider-Man that holds back can handle fucking Yuri. What the fuck? Shit's stupid. it's like, man, it's like this is becoming the Arkham Knight for me. It's like the gameplay is good, but I cannot stand the story of this game. I cannot stand these little issues that keep glaring over and over again. I cannot turn my brain off because it pisses me off. Because they sit here and say, man, we're doing something totally different, something you're not gonna expect, and they do the same cookie cutter fucking plot point of every other Spider-Man game. This is the weakest adaptation of Venom in any Spider-Man media, and that's including Spider-Man 3, which wasn't the best. But now in hindsight, the amount of times they tried to do the Venom stories, and they keep fucking it up. Spider-Man 3 looks like a masterpiece. They should have never canceled Spider-Man 4, because it's like, bro, y'all can't even... Sam Raimi didn't even care about the character. He was doing better than people who said they care, quote unquote. Are you serious? Man, that's all I have to say. That's all I got. I know it's some things I probably missed, some other issues, if it's, you know what I mean, but give me your thoughts and opinions down below. I will be replying and talking and blah, 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 blah. Tell me what you think. That's all I got, man. Peace out.